long time no see. I'm pretty sure the last time I posted a video was like me decorating for Christmas a week before Christmas, which is kind of funny because I have definitely filmed videos in between now and then. I just have never edited or posted any of them, and now it kind of feels a little too late to post them, so we're just gonna move on and film new content and hope it actually makes it onto the internet. So it's like, what is today? Today is like April 16th, I think. So it's been a while. That was not my point. My school went on spring break the first week of March, I think. It was like right after February. My school had spring break right before everything that's happening now started happening. So I was going to show you guys some things that I got when I was on my spring break. I took my spring break in Denver. I drove to Denver from where I live in Mississippi, which is a 2-day drive. It is 22 hours. It's a long drive. I did the first half by myself. Like I did the first me going there by myself. Do not recommend. Tried to vlog, was too anxious. So anyways, I went to Denver to visit my boyfriend. That's where he lives, that's where he's from. And I kind of found some cool things. It was weird. Right when I got there, about 2-3 days into my trip is when like this all started to happen and Denver started to close things rapidly. By the time I left, they had done a full city lockdown, so was wild. I did get to do a couple fun things, keeping social distancing in mind the entire time. I mean, I social distance all the time as it is because I have social anxiety, but was even more socially distant. We only did a couple things in public, like I said, before everything was shut down. Probably 2 like actual days of going out, and then everything else we did was from home. So anyways, I was able to go my first day. We went to a couple of cool places, and then my second day we went to downtown, and then third day onward everything was closed. So on the first day, which is pretty much what I'm going to show you, we went to this really cool comic book store. It's like the world's biggest comic book store, at least that's what it seemed like. It was huge. It was like a comic book warehouse, like as far as the eye could see. It was comic books or comic book things, memorabilia, things like that. It was like a Lion King moment. It was pretty great. So I filmed a little bit to show you guys, and then I did end up picking something up that I'm going to show you. And then we went to 2 other places that I picked some stuff up. Everything that I got that I have to show you is used secondhand stuff. I did not buy anything new while I was there. The second place we went to was a vintage toy store. I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know how long you've been watching my channel. I don't think I've talked about it much, but I do collect vintage toys, 80s and 90s toys specifically because that's what I had when I was growing up. So I have like the sentimentality with it. So I did pick up some stuff from my collection. My favorite place that we went to was this vintage toy store. There was a couple that I wanted to go to that they have in Denver. I guess like the vintage toy scene is kind of a thing there, but only one of them was open. A lot of them were in downtown, which had already started to close before I even got there. Some places were just closing just to be safe, especially because they're more like antique, vintage kind of things, so they do cater to an older clientele. That's the word. So like it was smart on their behalf to start closing as soon as possible. So a lot of them were closed, but one of them was open. We went to, there was no one else in the store, so you know, everyone was safe. But I'll include some footage of all of the stores we went to because I did get a couple clips. This place was really cool. I did get some really good things from there. And then the third place we went to was an antique mall. We were in there for like 3 hours. I did find a couple good things. Not as many, like it wasn't anywhere nearly as cool to me as the vintage toy store was, but that's because Obviously the vintage toy store only sold vintage toys. I found some vintage toys at the antique mall, but they had, you know, antiques and stuff like furniture and things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna stop talking about it and actually show you. So, from the comic book store, I'll do that first. I'm gonna insert some footage right now. And then show you what I got. So I only got one thing from them because I was trying to be really smart about how I spent my money. I was trying not to spend a lot of money. Obviously, with what's going on, I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I wanted to make sure I had enough money. So I kept that in mind throughout this whole trip. I didn't splurge or anything like that. I picked up one thing there. Things were a little bit pricey, but it's comic book collectible, so I kind of understood. This is a Miss Mindy figure. It's a Disney figure. It looks like this. So it's just Flounder from The Little Mermaid. He did come with his box and in styrofoam and stuff. I have filmed this video once before. It did not turn out well. I was trying something new with the lighting. It did not work. I'm still trying something new with the lighting. We're gonna get through it. But anyways, I picked up this Miss Mindy figure. It was secondhand, like I said, it was not brand new. It was $45, which is what I paid for it. I don't know how much it originally retails for. I don't know if that's full price or a deal. I have no idea. I know her figures do tend to be a little pricey, but they also tend to be a little bit bigger, so I have no idea. I should probably look it up, but this is what he looks like. It's just a little Flounder. I loved his eyes, like his expression. It's so cute. So like I had to have him. He's going on my shelves for sure, which I'm thinking about doing like a shelving tour to show you guys my collectibles. I have been spending quarantine getting everything together, so I don't know if you guys are interested, but I really want to show that. So that's the only thing I picked up from the comic book store. Next, I'm going to show you what I got from the vintage toy store. Again, I was trying to be really smart with my money, trying not to spend a lot, so I didn't get too much, but I did get some really cool things. He had some really cool things. So like the owner of the store, my boyfriend and I talked to him for a little while. He sells stuff on, he sells his stuff on eBay, and then he has a store that you can go into. He started with like boy vintage toys because like that's what he was into, that's what he played with when he was a kid, so like that's what, you know, he's drawn to. And he just got into girl toys, so he doesn't know too much, but he has some really cool stuff. He had a bunch of vintage Star Castles. They were kind of pricey, so I didn't pick any up. He had some vintage Polly Pockets that he had just sold on eBay like the day before, and then he had like a whole bunch of My Little Pony, which I didn't even delve into because like I was just like and trying not to spend a bunch of money, so I was like, I'll come back another time when we aren't all trying to social distance, because they were like locked behind a case. I didn't want him to have to come like and open it and let me sit there and like touch everything. So this is what I got from him. He did have, so like he had a bunch of My Little Pony in a glass case, which I imagine are like the more expensive ones, probably the ones that I would go towards. And then he had like a bucket, he had a bunch of buckets in this cube shelf organizer thing that had different toys, like companies, brands, whatever. And he had a My Little Pony one, and they were like 5 for $5 or something like that, or 4 for $5, or $1 a piece. I don't know. They were really cheap. So like, I was like, okay, I'll look. So I took it out and dumped it on the floor so that I wouldn't like have to touch every little thing. Because when I dumped it on the floor, then I could just like kind of push it back in without having to touch all of them. And I only found one. I only got one, trying to be good. But this is the one I got. I don't know their names off the top of my head, so what I'm gonna do is put like the name of whatever toy it is in the bottom so that you know. But I got this pony. She was in pretty rough shape when I got her. Obviously she was tossed into a bin, so like her hair was all knotted and stuff. I've started to attempt to like restore her. I've never done that before, so it is an event. But this is what she looks like. She has a cupcake cutie mark. She's a really pretty light pink, and then her hair is like a really pretty blonde with like tinsel in it. I do believe she's a G3. Don't quote me on that. It will be in the bottom whether or not I was right, but the face style I think is like of the G3s. But yeah, and then she has like the My Little Pony mark on the bottom. What just fell? Oh no, our friend. Okay, so I got that for $1 from him. The next thing I got, at the time I didn't know what it was. It is a My Magic Nursery pet. I believe, I'm pretty sure it's My Magic Nursery pet. This is what it looks like. Ooh, it is a bunny. That is what the face looks like. I love the eyes. I sent a picture of this to some of my friends, and like some of them thought that it was really creepy, but I love him. He has like his bunny ears with these ribbons, and these actually fold over, and he has a little, if you can see like right here, a little pouch. How do I, okay, there we go. That like his ear can turn into, and I think he like turns into a bear or something. That's what the guy at the store was telling me. So then he'll just look like that. But I like the bunny, so. Apparently they come with like diapers. You can find them on eBay and stuff. This one is a little damaged. I have already washed all of this and cleaned it. But his like mouth is cracked all along here. It was like that when I got him and I didn't notice, but I only paid like less than $10 for him, so I still thought it was a pretty good deal. Thought he was really cute. I love toys like this that are plush with like a rubber face, so I was really excited to have him. So I got him, and then the last thing I got from the vintage toy store were these four. I'm trying to grab them. Okay. Were these four teacup bunnies, I'm pretty sure is what they're called. This is how they came. I have already cleaned them and like scrubbed them, so they do look a lot better than they did when I picked them up, but I got them from him for $3 a piece. They are little bunny like plastic figures, and then they have soft silicone heads that look like this. Their ears have flowers on them. So I have this one that's like the pink roses, and then I have this one, which is also pink. She has like bushes of roses, and then I have this purple one, like a lavender one with, I don't know what kind of flower this is. And then she's got a little mark above her eye that I cannot get off. It's like a red pen or something. And then I got a little boy bunny. He has little loafers and a hat. I actually recognized this one. It's from the wedding set. None of them had clothes or came with anything, except for these little like white teacups that have flowers on them that are like background accessory kind of things. But like he didn't come with like the rest of the wedding set. I would have loved that, but this is what he looks like. So I got them. They were $3 a piece, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Essentially what teacup bunnies was like they would come like this with a little dress for the girls, and they would have a hat, and they'd come in a teacup, and like they would look like they were a teacup, and then they would pop out and be like a bunny and stuff. So I do have an idea for clothes because I have been looking on eBay everywhere and cannot find just their clothes, and I don't want to buy a tea bunny just to take its clothes and then have another naked tea bunny. So I have an idea for clothes for the tea bunny, so stay tuned. I don't know if it's gonna work, but like I hope it's gonna work. And then the last place was the Antique Mall. Antique Mall, I only ended up buying ponies, and I didn't realize that, but apparently like that is, I feel like ponies, like My Little Ponies and Polly Pockets are like the most recognizable antique vintage toys from like the 80s and 90s for people to try to resell. So that's pretty much all I found when I was at that Antique Mall, was like ponies everywhere. Anytime I saw vintage toys that weren't from like the 30s, it was ponies. So this is what I found. I found a Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is my favorite pony. She's all about parties, which I love, and I love her hair always. This one is a like light baby pink with tinsel through it. I have tried the tinsel hair so many times. I'm determined to make it work one time, but for now she has like my dream hair. And she did come with some clothes, which I think I will take off of her to display her, but her cutie mark is in great condition. It's just the balloons with the confetti. She has like a hanger with a heart, which I imagine was like part of the line that she is from, which is why she has clothes, I'm assuming. I think she's also a G3, but I will post it so that you know. But this is what she looks like. Her hair could use some work, but it's not too bad. I think it's the tinsel that's making it kind of wild. So I got her. I also got, I'm pretty sure her name is Minty. She's from the they did a My Little Pony Christmas movie, which I'm pretty sure this is the same pony from that one. She is a really cute mint green color. She has peppermints as her cutie mark. She has a little heart, and then the My Little Pony stamp on the bottom of her hoof. So I'm pretty sure she's also a G3. And then she has a really light pink hair with tinsel through it as well. The tinsel hair is like what gets me with ponies, for real. I also got this giant Rainbow Dash. I didn't know they made older generation ponies that were big like this, but like just for comparison, look at how big she is. So I did get her. Her hair is in great condition, very beautiful. That rainbow effect, so good. When I got them, they were all wrapped in plastic, and her hair was wrapped around her, but I've unwrapped it. I don't think that I'm going to restyle it, though it is in pretty good condition. I can rewrap it around her legs to try to give it a little curl, but I think she's okay. But yeah, I just got this giant Rainbow Dash because she's adorable. I think she's also from G3, and I think G3 is my favorite generation of ponies. G3 and then G1, and G1, my favorite is like the baby ponies. I'll show you one day. I need to get some. Like, that's my goal when it comes to collecting ponies, is I want a bunch of them babies. But I loved Rainbow Dash's eye. So cute. Okay. And then the last thing I got from the Antique Mall was these, what's her name? This is a G1 pony. I think it's the only G1 pony that I got. It is the My Blushing Bride pony. Don't quote me on that. It'll be down here somewhere. But it is the like older sister body style of the My Little Ponies, and it's the bride one. And she is just stunning. I didn't know they did bride ones. I love wedding themed vintage toys. They're so cute. And so she just has this really beautiful like white mane with tinsel going through it. She has a really like bright white body, blushing on her face, and then her cutie mark is 2 doves with a ribbon and wedding band. So cute. So that is everything that I got on my trip to Denver. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. I don't think I have done many like vintage toy videos, but I would like to do more in the future. I'm really into this in general, but like especially right now, I guess because I can't go out and do anything. Like, I stare at my collection shelves all day and I'm just like, So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I am hoping to actually be back to some form of a regular schedule so I can get back into posting. I could release the distraction, and hopefully like the distraction helps you all as well. But we will see, I guess. I say this all the time, I feel like, and then I'm gone for another month, but hopefully I will see you all next time and you enjoyed this video. Bye!